Alternative dimensions. Hello everybody, Tom here from the company Code, author, educator, public speaker, back here with my third and final video of this week. Guys, today we're going to discuss the idea of an alternative dimension or alternative reality. Now, a lot of people are very skeptical about this sort of idea, but let's try and explain this the best way that we can, alright, and in simplest terms, okay? Quite simply, this universe that we live in, this reality, is infinite. There is absolutely nothing out there that we can perceive that cannot exist somewhere. Okay? Example, you see stuff in films, that idea has come from somewhere. It started as a thought, which is in law of attraction energy. That energy has come from the creator, the divine, God, source, whatever you want to call it, and therefore it exists somewhere. So you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going to say this now. Anything you see in a film, like that's a creature that's not perhaps part of this dimension, it exactly exists, and it exists somewhere else in a parallel universe, in a parallel dimension. Everything that can be perceived. I don't know if any of you have seen the film The One with Jet Li. It's over 20 years old now. It's about the year 2001, I think. Maybe just after that. But anyway, in the film Jet Li, The One, I'm going to roughly go through what the story is, but I don't want to spoil it too much. Basically, in a nutshell, the main character, played by Jet Li, is trying to become the ultimate version of himself. Now, the way to do this is he is somebody who can travel from one dimension to another. Now, all these other dimensions exist in what you call the multiverse, okay? Now, the multiverse is many, many universes very close together. And we have kind of just, literally recently gone on to the idea of there being parallel universes as well as parallel dimensions running alongside each other. Well, in this film, Jet Li's character realises that to become the most, almost in God state, what he must do is kill the versions of himself in other dimensions. So he's technically a criminal. And he's getting to the stage where he's literally him and one other person left in another dimension. So there's like a good version of himself and a bad version of himself. A bit far-fetched, I know, but think about it. That power is being channeled through those people, those like avatars of themselves within a different dimension. He realises he can get the power by killing the other person in the other dimension, and he keeps going from dimension to dimension to dimension until he becomes the one, and that's the whole idea. And I'm not going to spoil it, because if you want to watch it, it's quite a fascinating idea, but here's the concept. The concept is simple, really. Somewhere in the multiverse, the universe, in another dimension, there is another version of you. And that other version of you could be completely opposite to what you are in this reality. Okay? Hard to believe, but true. There is literally no thing off limit whereas creation is concerned. Everything is possible. People don't believe it, but it is. There's no such thing as impossible. There is unlimited, infinite energy out there that has created everything that you can think and feel and do. Alright? So absolutely, in my opinion, there is alternative dimensions, there is alternative realities. Now, if we're talking about law of attraction, and I'm just going to rush over this very briefly because this is quite a deep subject matter. I could be on this video today for quite some time, but I'm not going to take up too much time because I don't think it's necessary, okay? But quite quickly, when you do dream at night, a dream is actually your body, spiritually, going to another plane, another part of a dimension somewhere. So when you dream and it's so vivid, you dream and you see yourself in another scenario, there's probably a very strong possibility, in fact I know there's a strong possibility, that somewhere in another dimension, what you're seeing in your dream is being played out. You are that person in another dimension. And this is where the law of attraction comes in. When you manifest something, what you're actually doing is calling forward something that already exists in another reality. and aligning it with your own until it becomes in this reality. Now, it's not an easy thing to do, but that's the concept. Basically, nothing is off limit. Everything you'd ever dream and want is available. You can have it. You can have it because it already exists in an alternative dimension. Alright? It's food for thought. It's mind-boggling. A lot of people who believe in science will probably disagree with what I'm saying here, but 100% there is alternative dimensions. There is definitely an infinite world universe out there, whereas anything is possible. And definitely I believe that somewhere in many alternative universes, dimensions, there's another version of me. How it looks and what it does and what it's like is probably nothing like what I am here in this reality. But that's where having infinite possibilities makes things very interesting, okay? So I'm just going to say this before I go. For years we've been trying to discover the ways of time travel, and scientists have said that there's probably a very good possibility we could time travel if we go through a black hole in space and survive going through a black hole, I may add. So in that case, does that not kind of already suggest that somewhere in the vastness of space, in the space-time continuum, that there is actually holes, shall we say, from one point in time to the other, that the gap can be bridged and that time travel is possible, and we can easily as well probably go to a different dimension as well, a different timeline even. Guys, anyone that's ever done astro projection, can't say I have myself, will agree that they've been to other planes, they've been to other spirit worlds as well. And again, that's just proof that there is more than one dimension in play here in all of our lives. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. It's very much a food for thought video. I hope it intrigued you. Even if you don't agree with what I've got to say, that's totally fine. 100% understand. Guys, this is my third and final video of the week. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and energy spent here on my channel. Thank you kindly. Third and final video of the week. Put down in the comment section below. Is this something that interests you? What is your belief, whereas the idea of an alternative dimension is? Do you believe that it's real? Do you believe that, you know, we are able to access that other dimension, or are you completely skeptical? I completely understand either way. I'm not here to judge anybody. I like the idea of a debate here on my channel. So yeah, remember to hit that subscribe button down below and leave me a thumbs up and a like, and let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know when my next content's out. I will be back with a new range of videos next week, but until then I want to say thank you all ever so much as always. Take care of yourselves and bye for now.